What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one comes from TheGuardian. Native American tribes enforce mask mandates regardless of state bans. So sovereign nations and digital groups are using their authority to make their own rules to protect students and teachers. Native American tribes across a handful of US states with bans on school mask mandates have asserted their powers as sovereign nations to defy the orders, with some also implementing their own testing and vaccine directives for tens of thousands of students and faculty in their schools on their reservations as COVID-19 cases surge. Under the US Constitution, federally recognized tribes such as the Navajo Nation and the Cherokee Nation have self-governing authority and so have been able to implement mask mandates despite the statewide bans. Jason Tropic, board president of the National Indian Education Association and head of the Indian Community School in Wisconsin, said the majority of Native communities have here heard from in-state with these bans have implemented mask mandates. The reason he explained often had to do with the fact that Indigenous Americans have had to deal with a disproportionately high death toll from COVID. According to an analysis released in February, 1 in every 475 Native Americans has died since the pandemic started, a greater proportion of any other demographic in the country. So yeah, when we have loss and when we have it every year, even outside of a pandemic, when you have an increase in that amount of loss, there are ways of being that just don't continue to be taught, and that can be completely lost syntropic. It's not solely a matter of someone's life, which is in itself hugely impactful, but also the ways of being, cultural traditions, language, work that also sometimes pass with our native speakers. Yeah, it's sad. It's really good that they've done this though. It's sad to hear about, you know, because of Native Americans such low demographic, in terms of representation now. Obviously, we know why. Um, I can understand why they want to protect their heritage, why they would exercise their right to sovereign entities to impose their own mass mandates to protect their people because, like he said in this article, it's not just the loss of someone's life, which is horrible within itself, but it's also that their culture is fragile and they want to preserve as much of it as possible, and by saving people's lives and doing this, then they are also achieving that, and that's an important thing for them, and I think what they're doing is great. I really, really do. State leaders in Oklahoma, Utah, Arizona, Iowa, and South Carolina have implemented bans on mask mandates in schools. Leaders in Florida, Texas, and Arkansas have also added bans, but due to legal charges, they are either not being enforced or have been blocked completely. So yeah, it's madness with the states doing this. It's absolute madness. It really, really is. These bans on mask mandates in schools, it just puts people at risk. That's really all it does. It just puts people at risk. And there's no good reason for banning them. There is no good reason for it. Allow people, uh, just be safe. But- And I think what these leaders forget as well of these states, right? These governors, what they forget is that not everyone is equal. There are genuinely vulnerable people with immuno issues who have problems where they are susceptible to illness and stuff, and in order for them to be able to go to school to participate in their education there, they have a right to an education. This is something that's important for these parents and these kids, to ensure their safety. I mean, we have stories constantly of people getting sick, people dying, It's spread around schools and schools get closed. Just take the precautions, take the steps. Do everything you can to try and keep schools as normal as possible. Is masks normal in the grand scheme of our existence as a species? No. But what's less normal? Not attending school at all, which is what these children have done all their lives, or being in school and wearing a mask. Which is worse? Not having an education, not going to school at all, or you know having to wear a mask and it being just a little bit different than it was before. It's just one extra step that you have to do in order to participate there. I don't personally see the problem with it. I think it's just stupid people, stupid adults, actually, really stupid adults imposing their um ruining children's educations essentially and causing more devastation, destruction, sadness, and loss because they just want to have clout to make a statement, um, and people suffer because of it. It's disgusting, really. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, as always. And I think the Native American tribes are doing the right thing by using their authority to ensure that their people are safe and preserve their history and culture. It's admirable upon them. Yeah, good on them. I'll see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching.